Now, El-Rufai is saying that if we don't unite and end Tinubu's administration by 2027, Tinubu will try to be our Paul Biya of Cameroon, to be a lifetime president. The signals are all there. I repeat, El-Rufai is telling his northern coalition, because the coalition we have, they are northerners, mostly northerners. If we don't unite and end Tinubu's administration by 2027, he gave you a timeline. By 2027, if we don't come together and end this Tinubu's administration, my brother, there's no show for us. So Tinubu will become Nigeria's lifetime president. That is according to El-Rufai. I have said this before. Look at state police. Look at third term of Tinubu. I told you, and I said to Northern Nigeria, before even El-Rufai made this statement, I said, if we now allow Tinubu win that election, 2027, the people that will suffer the most, they are Northerners, especially Northern politicians. Because I've said, Northern politicians, they cannot survive without political power. They cannot survive. That is why you see, if they want to snatch power, they threaten you with extremism, with banditry and terrorism. That's the only way they are relevant. They use all these things to negotiate for power. Are you surprised that under Tinubu, terrorism has risen to unprecedented levels because of the fear that they'll be losing political power? They are losing their grip. Tinubu is making sure that their grip is being loosened. So, El-Rufai has said it. I told people that Tinubu is likely to be Nigeria's last president. They are looking at me and see this small boy. What do you know? What do you know? I've come to reveal to you. Now, I told somebody when Tinubu won the election, I told him I predicted what Tinubu would do. And everything that I predicted then is what Tinubu is doing now. I will predict again. I will tell you. If Tinubu wins second term, there's no northern politician that can stand and face Tinubu like this. If Tinubu wins second term, I know some people like what I'm saying. Some Tinubu supporters, yes, I like it, I like it, I like it. I hope if you support evil, just know that evil will turn around though. Me, I'm telling Tinubu to restructure Nigeria. That is what I'm telling Tinubu. No, even till today, I saw Malami in a video. Let me read what he said. Malami is saying that even though with what they did to me, I will still fight against injustice. We'll stand with justice and fight against injustice. I was looking at Malami. You fight against injustice. You fight Tinubu. Your hands are not clean. You want to fight Tinubu. The only people that can fight Tinubu are people that their hands are clean. And even with how your hands are clean, you should be able to fight dirty. Like fighting Tinubu, you go commit. You need to commit for you to be able to muzzle Tinubu out of that power. Because if you have a past, Tinubu is willing. Tinubu not they talk. I saw a video where Tinubu was addressing all these admirals. MC Oloma was there. All those top NRT boys. I think some years ago, a video, the way Tinubu was talking to them, and now started fearing this man. He does not look like somebody that can talk, that can even make any meaningful statement. Tinubu, he's going to look you. The way he addressed MC Oloma and co, even this current NRTW chairman in Lagos, is this Sego, they were all there. The way he talked to them with authority, and then that they fear this man. I saw a discussion he had with one politician, I've forgotten his name, in Aso Rock. If Tinubu comes to the public, they talk small. Look at how he deceived the whole northern Nigeria. Still, northern has never still won't get sense. How he deceived the whole northern Nigeria. El-Rufai that is complaining today, if we give Tinubu a chance, he will become lifetime president. Is it not the same El-Rufai that supported Tinubu because he saw Muslim ticket? If they see Muslim ticket, their head will stand. Muslim agenda to Islamize the country. Yes, we are on right track. We are there. We are doing this and that. That is why they supported Tinubu. But now it is not favoring them. Hypocrites. Me, I will support Tinubu. I don't know. So far, Tinubu is doing that restructuring of the thing. I will support him. I'm not with these northerners. I pity for P2B. I pity for what he's going through in the coalition. The only way I can change my mind is when they give P2B the ticket. It is a southern president that we want. But I know, I'm very sure, I can stake with anybody that P2B is not getting that ticket come 2027. I might be wrong. I might be right. But I have one confidence that most of the things I've been saying on this channel, on this broadcast, at least 70% of them has come to pass. I tried. The things are clear. Since state police, Tinubu, there are more things Tinubu will do that will shock everybody. In all those states, I told this young man before the election, I said, Tinubu will use una money, wrong government. Una money, now Tinubu will use wrong government. He go tax una. He said, a lie, Tinubu will make things better. Within 1 year, you see changes. Today, now, fuel is 1,300. Now, Iran is telling US that we don't want to see your ship pass that, is it, what do they call that place, Strait or something? I remember. That place that 20% of the world's oil pass. That Strait of Hormuz. Iran is telling US, we'll make sure they bomb Thailand ship. They bomb Thailand ship. So, Everybody's afraid to, and it is going to trigger the price of oil globally. Iran say even though it is $200, even though it's $200, we don't care. So expect a lot of suffering. If we had a government, I'm not blaming Tinubu for what is happening in Iran. It is things that will happen. But when I'm blaming the government, when it comes to good governance, is corruption, no transparency, no accountability. The way Tinubu wields political power, he's not ready to be accountable to anybody. That's why I see it. He's not ready to be accountable to anybody. So for good governance, me I lock up. But that is structuring. Now here I stay. I know that the Fulani no go agree. This is where they no go agree. And that fight between the Fulani and Tinubu's caliphate. You know we have two caliphates now in Nigeria. Tinubu is building his own caliphate, or two political empire in Nigeria. One in the north, one in the south. The Sultan of Sokoto and other influential figures, they have their political caliphate there. Now in the south, Tinubu is being, so the fight between the two of them will lead to a lot of restructuring, because Tinubu will restructure them out of power. Tinubu will restructure the Fulani out of relevance. Go clear them, go one side. That is the reality today. Now you see the APC. Just recently, APC passed. Tinubu. I told some people, you are underestimating President Paul Biya. You are doing that at your own risk, at your own peril. If you're not a politician, you understand, because you believe that you were bullying southern politicians then, you can do so now. Southern politicians are the ones that are controlling Nigeria today. Look at those. Okay, tell me most powerful politicians in Nigeria today under this administration. Most powerful politicians. Tell me. We have Wike. Wike is not even in the APC. He's in the PDP. We have Opus Odima. We have Bajabiamila. Although something. We have Tinubu. Which other person is that powerful? Ribadu, we are talking about that. We are touting that he's going to be like the next successor of Tinubu. In leg don't they shake. In leg don't they shake. After he called the Boko Haram, the terrorists, our brothers, they don't use that campaign. And now, every 5 people, boys, now then spoil that guy career. So that in boys do him. So in leg don't they shake. He's not that influential under Tinubu's government. Another influential person is the Minister of Defense. Although he has failed woefully in terms of security. We put a lot of trust in him. Like he's going to do this and that. They hype out too much. I have said it. I will keep on saying it until it gets into the cerebellum of somebody that nobody can stop insecurity in Nigeria except for Northerners. With our trained officials, nobody can stop insecurity except for Northerners. So that's just the reality. So I don't know what the opposition is going to do to stop Tinubu 2027. But if Tinubu wins second term, you know, I'm repeating it in my videos, and people look at this guy. What is this guy saying? What is it? If Tinubu in second term, Nigerians go here, you know, say the tax bill implementation is going to start next year March. That's when you're going to file your tax. That's when the tax authorities go start next year March. That's when the tax authorities go start to muzzle you, enter your OP. They don't lock up OP shop, OP headquarters because of tax clearance and all have you. Hello? They don't lock up OP. Go and get the report. They don't lock up OP headquarters because of all this tax stuff. I think I can get the report here. Hey, no, it's not here yet. So everybody go hear them. But the only thing that can save Nigerians if Tinubu restructure this country. Telling you, the president that Tinubu has set. You know, when it comes to good governance, I'm not a fan of Tinubu. If you talk about like APC and their performance when it comes to good governance, I have a lot of things to say about Tinubu. I got the blaster from morning to night. But that one is aside. Me, I've said it that if he does not restructure this country, because I know what the Fulani are planning. Because if he does not restructure this country, the Fulani will use the bad governance of Tinubu to win elections 2031 or above. Because Tinubu is winning next election. Forget that one. To use it, and through that bad governance, politics is politics, they will now start pushing their own agenda. They will solidify. Anywhere you remove their hand, they will put cement, cast cement, put iron beam, cast themselves for there. You cannot remove them. This one that Tinubu is putting them left, right, center. That they are crying, they are shedding tears. Politically, they are shedding tears. They will, and I'm sorry for our Yoruba brothers, they will be without political power for a very long time. And there will be antagonism. Let me tell you one thing. I'm a liberal person. You see these South politicians, these Igbo politicians, you see that Tinubu is appointing Yorubas left, right, center. You see that one. They are not saying anything now. They'll keep quiet. They are just playing along. Southern Nigeria, Southern unity. If the Fulani is able to muzzle power from the APC and from Tinubu's camp, they will play that politics of the Yorubas. How they were using nepotism to do this and that. The Igbo politicians, the Southern politicians will join the Northerners. Watch. Against the Yoruba people. and it will be a long political fight. It can get to 50 years. It will be another turning point dispensation for the Southwest and Yoruba people. And if the Yoruba think that they want to leave Nigeria, then they will now experience the full might of the federal government. Yes, the politics, the lobbying politics that the Southwest politician can play, everything don't leak. They don't cast. Their ways don't cast. It is working for them now. Tinubu should utilize this position they have. Utilize it to restructure this country. Restructure so that every nation in Nigeria will have a bit of control of its own resources. That is what we are begging for. Tinubu appoint Yorubas all over the country, no concern me. You know, appoint Igbo, no concern me. My own is that they should restructure the country because the Fulani is coming. You can see how they are encroaching Yoruba land. Oyo, Ibadan, Ondo. If they enter Oyo, I want to point about this Fulani is that if they don't enter, they don't enter. They go use one Nigeria. Ondo state government was having meeting with Mieti Yala. I told you that Mieti Yala is an umbrella of these people. Mieti Yala is their you know, when you catch Peking, when they arrest Peking, the people who get the Peking will come to defend the Peking or to speak on behalf or to stand as guarantor. Mieti Yala is a guarantor to these people. Because when you want to talk about banditry, killings, Fulani herdsmen, kidnappings from the Fulani, who do you meet? Let me ask you this question. Who do you meet? You meet Mieti Yala because Mieti Yala, their association where they give them cover. So with one Nigeria, if they're able to enter a place, infiltrate a place, with one Nigeria, they will stay in that place. You cannot chase them away. The incident that happened in, I think, Ibadan, where, I think I should read this out too. It may take long. I should read this out. On Saturday midnight, this thing happened in Ibadan. A bandit group seriously wounded a man after a failed kidnap operation in Jobele, Afijio, leaving him hospitalized till now in Ogbomoso. Residents of Jobele took responsibility for their safety, taking turns in a video security patrol. Around 1 a.m. on Monday, they caught one of the bandits sneaking in the bushes with weapons. Midnight bandit group wounded a man after they tried to kidnap the man, but they failed, but they left the man wounded. So after the man escaped, the youth of that community started doing night shift, security night shift. They were watching until they caught one of the bandits sneaking into the bushes with weapon. They detained him. They detained the bandit. They catch the bandit. They detained him. That's why in the southeast or in the south, or like we have said, if you catch these people, send them to God. Send a message to God. Don't waste time. But they detained him by morning. They handed him over to Jobele Police Division in Afijo on the 9th of March. Later in the day, they had rumors that the bandit was no longer in police custody. Hello? The police is supposed to protect the people. The police failed in their primary responsibility of protecting the people. The people themselves decided to protect themselves, which is a failure on the part of the police, that they need to sack everybody in that position. They are useless to the people. The bandit attack, the police cannot protect the people from bandit attack. Somebody escaped his life from the bandits, was seriously wounded. The youths take it upon themselves. The government is funding the police, paying them salary. But the youth that are not paid salary, they use their own money, their own resources to stay up every night, to watch, security conscious. They use the opportunity, help the police to catch a bandit that they could not catch, that is sneaking weapons into the bush. They carry the bandits, they gave it to the police. Police, where is bandit? After some hours, the bandit was no longer in police custody. Then you say police is your friend. They say you are telling people to trust the police. They want to turn Nigerians to mad people. How would you trust the police? Police failed in their duty to protect you. You protected yourself, you caught somebody, you took them to police station because police have the facility to detain them. All of a sudden, you went there the next day, the bandit is no longer in custody. And when people are angry and outraged and they say NSAS, when they do one or two things, you are there trying to gaslight them and you must be law abiding, this and that. So the next morning, everyone in the community stormed the police station demanding that the suspect that they checked in 24 hours ago be delivered to them. The police couldn't provide him. And the police said they allegedly released him because they thought he was innocent. Police, if it were an ordinary security man, If a security man did such, would you not slap the security man and lock him up? But police professionals that are saddled with the responsibility of protecting people and their community, they're saying that they believe, they thought. What is investigation? Within 24 hours, have you done investigation? This kind of thing, before you do investigation, it's like, it will take months. The man, they released him, they thought he was innocent. If the people now start taking things to burn police station, some people will be gaslighting you. Gaslighting you, that's not how to do it. Blah, blah, blah. But lives are going, that's not how to do it. Both elders, youth, and women blocked the roads in protest, causing a massive gridlock on the Ibadan or your Ogbomoso highway, while others camped at the station, demanding to know why and who ordered the release. The police couldn't provide a reasonable explanation even till now. However, the protest subsided when the inspector responsible was detained and the Oyo police commissioner assured the community that they would investigate the incident. The bandit group has kidnapped 7 people just recently. They handed them over to the police and the police released them. They thought that he was innocent and an inspector was responsible. If we tell you that these people have infiltrated the system, this is one of the reasons, one of the evidences that they have infiltrated the system. Let Tinubu do third term. Let Tinubu, if you watch that person may be a northerner or have ties. How would the police be cooperating with kidnappers? That means maybe some of these guys are settling the police, if they kidnap or do anything, they settle the police. Yes, maybe it happens like that. My brother, whatever happens, let it be on record that Southerners have sacrificed for this country, and it is Northerners that have been the aggressors. However, the Fulani conquered Northern Nigeria, have over the years tried to dominate and enslave everybody. Then somebody like Tinubu rose up and is challenging them, though he's not perfect, but he's challenging them. If we have to keep the Fulani out of power for 50 to 20 years, it is a must, it is a duty we must do, and make sure it happens. So if El-Rufai and Co, they are limiting Tinubu, didn't touch him, my brother, I would have not supported Tinubu for third term. But if there's no Tinubu, it is the Fulani. So who do I support now? Who do I look up to? Like, who is the person that I should throw my weight behind? We have no option. Tinubu is not the best option, but it's the only option available at this point in time. If we don't keep the Fulani out of power for like 15, 20 years, until we solidify our grip on Nigerian politics, that we are able to push for restructuring without any meaningful resistance, tangible resistance, then we are just playing. May God help Nigerians.
Anyone who is planning to vote for Tinubu in the coming election is to your detriment. Yes, you are literally digging your own downfall if you vote for Tinubu, because Tinubu has zero plan to improve your life. Yes, Tinubu has zero plan to improve the lives of Nigerians. On top of that, he has zero plan to give Nigerians 24 hours electricity, because if he does, Aso Rock won't be moving from national grid to solar system. I read that Aso Rock is going for solar system. So that is to tell you guys that the government has zero plan to give Nigerians 24 hours electricity. People are lamenting about the cost of living in Nigeria. Not too long ago, I watched a guy lamenting on TikTok about the cost of living. He had to close. In fact, he said he shut down his own company that he has been running effectively before Tinubu came to power. He shut it down. He can't afford to run it anymore. He can't even afford to pay staffs. So he had to close his company. Since Tinubu came to power, things have been very difficult for a lot of people. Companies are closing up. People are not surviving in Nigeria. Things are very hard for Nigerians. And Tinubu cares less about Nigerians. I'm telling you, all he cares about is about his coming back to power. And if you people give Tinubu that chance to come back, you see there is one cartoon online where Tinubu is squeezing one person, yeah? That's what will happen to Tinubu second term. He will squeeze Nigerians. You know, Tinubu government is a systematic poverty that is placing on Nigerians. It's like it's weaponizing poverty. So, using poverty to subject Nigerians to submission. So they can easily bribe you, they can easily manipulate you, they can easily tell you whatever they want to say because you are poor. You have nothing to stand against them. You can't challenge them. That is Tinubu's government. Tinubu is projecting Nigerians to live in lack. If you guys made the mistake and voting back into power, you've not seen anything. Those of you Yorubas, not all Yorubas, those ones who are advocating for Tinubu till 2031, Tinubu cares less about you. Tinubu, he cares less about. He doesn't even know if you are existing. If Tinubu cares so much about you guys, why is he allowing the bandits to kill your people? The bandits, the terrorists, they are not taking over your states gradually, and he's doing nothing to stop it. Do you think that Tinubu is a Yoruba guy? Tinubu is doing nothing to stop the bandits, to stop the terrorists from coming to your region. And even as I speak, they are now requesting for your virgins as ransom. Yes, they are requesting for poor Yoruba girls, virgin, for ransom. And some of you are there, Tinubu till 2031. And you are not ashamed to even say that. You are suffering. You are under hardship. This guy has literally subjected you to poverty. And that's what he's doing. And if Tinubu, you know the tax law, he has not signed it into power yet. Oh. No, he's waiting to come back first. Because the moment Tinubu wins second term, the tax law is the one he will first sign into power. And then he will collect every goddamn shit that you have. And there's nothing you can do about it. You have the power now to ensure that he doesn't come back to power. But if you allow him to come back to power, you are doomed. Because Tinubu has zero plan to improve the lives of Nigerians. All he's planning is to enrich himself and the crooks that are in Senate and reps. Those are the only thing. You can see the way he's doing. You can see the system. His plans is all to. If Tinubu does come back, the damage that Tinubu will cause Nigeria, it will take 100 years to survive it. It will take 100 years to repair. Nigerians will suffer for years before the country will bounce back. And the country will only bounce back if we have a good leader who means well for the country and for the people. Otherwise, Nigeria is doomed for life. I thought to share this with you guys because some of you don't think properly. Some of you, you are so tribalistic to the point that you don't think. Your life is in danger. The life of your family is in danger. The life of your future, your children yet unborn is in danger. And you are there talking rubbish online all the time.